Yo, Zach.
Halo.
Zach.
Sorry, I'm ready when you are. Can you still hear it?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a
joined with me is gonna be Keeks GTR35. I'm very pleased to be here with you guys this evening, of course, and welcome you guys to today's game between Team 1 and Team 2. Hoping it's to be promising to see in this league here. This is game 1 out of 16 of the launch weekend. Hope you enjoy and will be enjoying these games thus far and coming into the stream. I'm very excited and hoping to see what can happen during this game against Impulsive Red and Royal Esports ZA. This launch weekend tournament is being in memory of a Biggilinz, unfortunately, who passed away in a tragic car accident last December. He was the main SMG of Dragon's Org and most importantly a dear friend to the members and management of Team Atlantic Esports. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends, and we send them during this difficult time. We are also commend Panther from Dragon's Org and Apollo from Atlantic Esports on pushing through this difficult time due to the loss of their childhood friend and doing their best to deliver a fantastic league. And the Dragon's Org roster will definitely never be the same, and we wish them the best for their games in the future and the rest of the season. We are proud to be able to host the tournament, an event of for his honor, and wish him the best games ahead. We from the league appreciate and proud of the gesture from all the teams who are joined, and will never be forgotten. Through his memories will live on as this league nourishes through. We are surely being treated with Rampa and a very effective SMG, and may he rest in peace and watch all over us. Join Keegan, are you here? I believe Keys will follow me after as we begin the first game, which will be, I believe, Impulse Red versus Royal Esports. Of course, Impulse going on the side of Red, on the side of how it's going through, and blue side will be actually Purple, Royal Esports. Of course, we are just waiting for another team to come into play, and once that is in motion, we'll get ready to go. Notice my voice is just a little bit soft. I will be upping that up right now. So Keeks, what do you think?
Yo!
How it's gonna begin? First game of the match, man.
I mean, it's gonna be a very intense matchup. I'm not too sure the map pool or the maps that have been selected, but we know the boys over at Royal have some firepower behind them. And Impulsive Red surely have the exact same on their side.
Yeah, certainly so. Sorry about that. Just making sure that everything is in play. Unfortunately, there was some issues with a lag spike right there. Hopefully everything is still working on the side. Just making sure that the stream is all good. It is running up. Thank you people for joining into the chat right now. What's up, Kelly, Adrian, and Joshua? Hope you guys are having a fun time. And while we can, we do have a special tribute for the man himself, Keenan. And we will be playing that after the end of the series as it goes through. So we would be very much appreciative if you would stay behind and watch the PowerPoint as we end off the stream. But of course, we are beginning on the first map, I believe, which will still be announced to the captains if they could send me through their information. I'm just gonna wait for Tilla, who is the captain of Royal Esports, I believe. Unless he must have told me that, not me thinking. So let's see how it goes through. I'm very interested to see these middle tier teams right now. Keegan, I know unfortunately we don't normally get to see these teams compete. We are always noticing other teams do in the upper league, but we'll really like to see how these guys show off their presence in this Atlantic Esports League, and see them in future tournaments. And of course, when they go up and they grow from this league, which they will, showing off their skills, I'll definitely like to see how they go against the top teams.
Yeah, I mean, Royal Esports have got a lot of vets on their team, you know. Tiller and Legits have been the dynamic duo throughout the ages of COD in SA. They've also got a lot of like history behind these teams. They've all showed up, they've all played together, well known in the middle to top tier of the community. and Impulsive Reds had to work their way back up, and this is exactly what you said. Like, this is where the middle tier's got to prove themselves and try to make their way into that top tier.
Yeah. And of course, we know them too for their goofiness, but they are certainly
Yes,
not
we
a
do.
force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
Following that on Royal Esports, we got Adrian, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rager himself. We love him for his the way he plays, his engagements. Of course, you have seen him more on the side of a player. He has teamed with you a couple of times, I would say.
AJ, yeah, we teamed early in the season when Nodun was around. It was just the emergency situation. We liked the player. He fit the spot, and although things didn't go too well, he's a very good player. He's got an immaculate gun skills. Just we all know Adrian tends to ego child a bit too much here and there. So hopefully he keeps it in his pants, and the boy's cruelty can keep his team together. Tiller's the captain, but he's got such aggressive players between Adrian and Arlet on his Tiller on his team. He's gotta find a way to rein in his subs and make sure he can control them. And Zivan's got to just make sure he does get those crucial picks for his subs. As the main AR of the team, he can't be losing too many ones against the opponent's AR.
Yes, yeah, certainly so. As we can see, Zaman in chat saying, I'm the gap, but it's okay. We're gonna have to see how it goes through Attila on his side when he sees this, pretty much. But make sure you guys check down in the description there. There is I believe, a mini Twitter link that you can go and follow, which is the Atlantic Esports Twitter. Give them some love. Thank you once again to Atlantic Esports ZA for bringing this in. And of course, in memory of Keenan Biggilinz, Opperman, and we are so happy as it goes through. We're just waiting for, I believe, Red's team to come through. Keegan, we are just waiting for the maps as well to come through also as well.
Okay, that's
but
perfect.
What do you expect tonight? What do you expect?
In all honesty, I see this game going to Royal Esports.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about Impulsive Red's team this season and how they are playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Bronson, the Don Shaw is still in the scene and playing for them. I don't even know the entirety of Impulsive Red's roster.
Yeah.
But we do know that S&D is normally a game changer, and for Royal, that's one of the strongest game modes I saw in the week. They managed to beat Motion Esports 3-2, and again, both those S&Ds proving crucial for them to win the series. So this could be a game of the S&D turning the tide, or whether or not this Royal Esports team can be dominant in their respawns and just take it all the way.
Yeah, certainly so. And unfortunately, speaking of Impulsive Red, unfortunately the captain's phone did die. Thank you, Zavon, for telling me that. He is gonna be a bit late, but hey, wouldn't be COD ZA if we didn't have any late matches to begin with, of course. That's of course Impulsive Red. Now, I haven't seen much of them. The last time I have seen their activity was, I believe, in the ACGL. I believe that was Bronson's team, but we're gonna have to see how it goes through as their captain is coming into play. But Keegan, let's talk about the CDL right now, like the map rotations. What do you think of the 2 new map rotations that's come into play in the CDL tournaments? Of course, this is a variant tournament based on the CDL, ladies and gentlemen. It's based on GAs, of course, so gentleman's agreement will be played into, so no XM4, you know the vibes.
Yeah, so I mean, the XM4, it's really tough to be an AR these days, just because so many, like, there's about 3 out of the 5 guns that have been GA'd, and if the QBZ goes, you can only really use the Krieg, and it's all down to the fact that hatred multiplier is just so stupid in this game. And obviously the devs won't be making that change from what we can see. They're basically just telling everyone to just deal with it, and if the pros have to suck it up, everyone's gonna have to suck it up. Although saying that, the AK-74U is still one of the most stupid guns in the game, so
certainly so.
there's that as well, But I mean, with the new maps coming in, Apocalypse instead of Crossroads, I personally like the map, and a lot of teams do. obviously Kodzere being very new to the rotations or to the map itself, I'm not too sure how much either team has scrimmed it,
Mm-hmm.
or if they've been able to have effective practice on it, because they've all been used to that Crossroads map, which is so close quarters and run and gun style. Um,
Yeah.
and then the new S&D map instead of Garrison, and everyone hated Garrison S&D. So
Still
it's
do,
good
to
to see
this
that
day.
it's out, but I'm not a fan of the Express S&D map. So we will let
Aw.
the players decide how they want to feel that one out, you know. Um, but yeah, and then obviously Control, which is a map and a series that, or a mode that can really turn the tide for your team. If your team's good in the Control mode, I mean that's a map you know you can do well in, regardless of what map it is on that mode. And if you can get your win there, if you are 2-0 down, that's your turning point. You know, that's where you get the energy back in the game. You get the team hyped. You get your momentum going again, and it all can start. It all starts by one map, you know. We're just keen to see what these teams have decided to play on, and well, I want to see whose strengths is uh, being explored and whose weaknesses are being exploited.
Yeah, I mean that's the point of the CDL, how it goes through, and of course the Atlantic Esports League will be showing that off. Of course, Keegan, you have a problem with Express S&D because it's a Black Ops 2 map. I will say it right now. There's a reason
Look
why.
here, you've
This
got to
is-
calm down, okay?
This is why, though. This is why you have a problem with it, because you won't go back to the roots. You won't go back to that map. Is a beautiful 3-lane map. You can follow off A side, B side, and of course that train. And you don't want to get hit by the incoming train, because there are actual map interactions throughout. Of course, I would say on Apocalypse map, HP certainly is something I personally don't necessarily love or hate it. It's just like mediocre to me. I mean, I wouldn't say Crossroads to get rid of, but then again, coming in from Astra's point of view, shout out WS, who got like they dropped 90 on us. We won 90, they were at 210 in the Northern tournament, and then we reversed them.
Oh.
So like that's bad luck for a team like that. But of course, WS doesn't exist anymore. But Astra has that ability to go on that Crossroads map, and that was one of our favorite maps. But unfortunately, done. Now we have to use Apocalypse, and Apocalypse is I've seen Optic and FaZe enjoy the hell out of that map. Mr. Jashi himself with his QBZ.
I mean, look, it's exactly like Express, but in an HP fashion. It's a standard 3-lane map. Nothing too dramatic about it, you know. Obviously, the map is still very early in rotation, so there's not too many head glitches or like things that you can use to your advantage found out yet. It'll come with time, but not yet. But Apocalypse is definitely a better change of pace in terms of, I think they just wanted to get rid of the whole like run and gun format, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's what Crossroads was. It was
Yeah.
just run and gun. And you can see that on Apocalypse, it's like there's not so much running and gunning. There's more control on how you want to weight the spawns. So very similar to Garrison and Moscow, because those are maps, you know, where you gotta protect those spawns, you know, weight the teams properly to make sure nobody spawns out or spawns in. Just small little things like that make the map better to play, because you can control a lot more of it.
Yeah, exactly so. And I've actually found out that this is the Impulsive Red team. We're gonna have the captain himself, Mr. Bronson the Don himself. Of course, we love wrecking. Lychee
Hey,
following
man.
after, you know, wrecking. Always entertainment in the community. Gives us always
You
positive
know.
vibes on Twitter. We love that, man. We certainly do. We have Lychee, and then Crispy, and Kige, and then Matat as their fifth. So that's going to
Okay.
be interesting to see, obviously. Unfortunately, a bit late, but hey, they'll come into place very soon.
I mean, like you said, the Impulsive Red roster really came to Modern Warfare at the end of the season, and I was around Modern Warfare like for the most of the season, so I know Matat was in a lot of 8s and he generally played really well. I'm surprised he isn't in the roster, but then you know it's like it's not all about gun skill. It's about how you communicate with your team, it's how you
Yes.
gel with your team, all the external aspects outside of just being able to shoot someone. and win a gunfight. So I'm interested to see how Lychee, Bronson, Kigzi, and who's the other one?
I believe that is Kige as their fifth, and
Oh,
as we go,
Kige.
yeah, no, sorry, Matat as their fifth. Sorry, I
Yeah,
just
but
looked
that's
through.
the fifth. Yeah, so
That's their
saying.
fourth.
I'm keen to see how this team plays. I mean, I've seen them around, I've seen them scrimming, so they definitely put in the grind, and it's all we got to do is wait and see if that grind is paid off.
Yeah, 100%. And as for any maps and vetoes have not been announced yet. I just have to hold up a couple of seconds. Unfortunately, that was somebody else who joined here thinking that was scrims. That's not something. But yeah, certainly so. And I would say, Keegan, right now, a gun to be used for ARs is in between the Krieg and the QBZ. What do you think of the QBZ? And do you think, because we do follow NA the way it's going right now in COD ZA, we might as well say we follow NA pros instead of the EU GAs. They have immediately after a day, not even a day, couple of hours, they GA'd that QBZ. They GA'd it.
Yes.
But NA, we still rocking it. We still rocking it. We don't care.
Yeah, but it's also because the pro-ams have always been the guys tipped to do the testing before the pros would make a final decision on it. And I just think that the EU AMs have jumped the gun entirely, because you can't limit a gun entirely because it does so much damage. Like, it's all about how you play with the gun and minimize your range, because QBZ is a very strong gun, yes, but the Krieg also has its stats that make it the reason that a main AR has to use it. It's very similar to the ICR with the attachments on it from BO4, but it's very good to use it. I'm more of a fan of the Krieg in general, but the QBZ, obviously it melts as well. It's just about controlling it, and like I said earlier, if they just gotten rid of the headshot multiplier, there wouldn't be this dramatic debate over these ARs and having to ban all of these ARs. I mean, like I said, there's 3 out of the 5 that's already G8 from the AR perspective, and there's 0 guns G8 in the sub perspective. So it's really a narrative that's unfair to the ARs, but it's also because the creators of the game and the guns can't actively measure the damage output of each gun and the headshot multiplier, because the Krieg, I think the only reason the Krieg isn't G8 is because they nerfed its headshot multiplier damage, because it used to be obscene.
Yeah.
And then they nerfed the headshot multiplier, and it's weaker, yes, but it does serve more of that main AR role, sit tight, get your kills. You can get a little bit aggressive, but not as aggressive as you could get with an XM4 or a QBZ. But regardless of all of that, you get a QBZ versus an AK-74, you in close range, the QBZ is losing that 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And even mid-range, like, it's just crazy what you can do with a 74U, even though they've GA'd a muzzle attachment on the gun.
Oh.
Like, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, that muzzle GA on the 74U to, like, in their belief, CDL's belief, the developers and the players themselves think that that's gonna cause an issue where that's gonna be nerfing it to match it up. That don't make sense at all to me, because the only thing I've noticed, Keegan, and I would say because you and I both run League and sometimes we do pickup scrims and stuff like that, the barrel itself was literally keeping its limitations with the way it was moving a bit. I just feel like it's still the same gun and still as powerful as it was.
Yeah, I can relate to that, because like as soon as they GA'd the muzzle and I took the muzzle off the gun, I generally felt better without the muzzle on my gun, and I was just enjoying it. When magazines wouldn't G8.
Yeah,
so,
and of course in the S&Ds where you always get first blooded, but you know what? As we go through, and the snatching of kills.
At the same time, though, there's a possibility of snipers coming back into the scene, so. That just makes things a lot more interesting. If I'm real, S&D becomes a lot more in depth with how you play, because there's many smokes as well. You gotta remember that, and with the snipers back in play, that just creates a whole new opportunity. And you know how we love to get our eyes on that first
We
blood in
always
that
want to
snipers
for S&D,
battle, you
man.
know?
Always, Keegan. And you know what's unfortunate? This is the first Call of Duty where we had to say, wow, we're gonna not switch on to the character who had a sniper, of course. And that was the
Yeah.
first couple of months where we allowed to do that. And now sniper's gone from a Call of Duty that's not in S&D. First of all, they started off the limitations with one sniper a team. And then it just disappeared afterwards.
Yeah.
And that was unfortunate to me.
Yeah, it was just tough because they kept on what if they nerfed the battle, which is understandable. Then they nerfed the amount of teams that can have, or the amount of players that can have the sniper on a team. And then they said you can't use the sniper in respawns because pro players were using the sniper in respawns, and it was just that overpowered. I'm interested to see if they do at a point nerf the flinch resistance, or they ban or GA the flinch resistant perk on the sniper, because we all know that's one of the biggest issues with the sniping in this game, is that if I have a sub or if I've got an AR and I put some bullets into you and you're aiming at me, it means nothing because your sight doesn't bounce up from the kick or from the damage that you're receiving, and you can just keep your sights on me and kill me as if I was barely even doing anything to you.
Yeah.
So I'm just keen to see how things get implemented, and I'm honestly just ready for them to put snipers back in the game, because S&D is good right now, but I feel like it could have been way better if they just fixed the smokes and kept sniping in the game.
Yeah. And obviously, as we talking about smokes, that's something that's completely an annoyance to actual SMGs running into that map and going in for that first kill. Obviously, you want a first player, the route man himself, coming in through, and a smoke is in there, and let's say an opponent is in that smoke. It's literally based on RNG for whoever gets that kill, whoever gets the lockdown, because once you're in that smoke, your aim assist is broken. It's completely all over the place. It's non-existent right there. That's you having to control and just pre-fire where the hell he is.
Yeah, and that's where most of the PC guys, especially when you play League Play or pubs or whatever, they would have the best advantage, because you know PC, you have no aim assist, and as a console player you don't, or a controller player, you don't realize how much the aim assist affects you until you get into that smoke or you shooting in, and it just sends your aim and you lost and you can do nothing. People just run in there and hip fire and hope for the best, and sometimes it pays off, but most of the times you just get put to the ground.
Yeah. And it's an annoyance, man. Like, you will go and look and you'll be like, hey, I deserve that kill, man. That's unfair. That's a PC player. Or, man, why? How does that make sense? And that'll just make everyone triggered in the end of the day. As we can see, actually, 2 players have just joined up on the side of Impulsive Red. Wouldn't be Kodzere always having these issues. Hey, man, it wouldn't be Kodzere if it didn't have any of these issues. That's the point. But hopefully it comes through into play. Bets. Who's taking bets? That'll be interesting to see if you guys actually do that. Obviously, if you are doing it for bets, make your money's worth right there.
You know, get the best odds. You know the vibes.
Yeah, certainly. So, I believe as well, Keegan. What do you think about the COD being online during this time right now? Obviously, there is a pandemic. Make sure you guys are wearing your masks or following your rules wherever you guys are. But like online COD, notice a lot of people have, a decent amount of teams have moved to Texas. Obviously, they want to feel that Empire line. That last time it was based on online, and unfortunately, Empire did have a huge commitment there, but not necessarily, as Shotzi was one of the best players in that league on Empire's team, and Illy himself, the man. I would certainly say that we would like to see LAN events again.
I mean, this community would have really thrived off of it this season, just because of the involvement we got towards the end of MW. You know, all those big sponsors and those massive viewership we had, where it was Nodwin or SA COD battles or Gamers Connect, all of these various gaming organizers and tourney organizers coming together to organize a tournament for COD to keep them active, and it went on for majority of the season year even, because it just kept everyone engaged. You know, I mean, lockdown was in the thick of it, and may have also helped that out a little bit. But there were a lot of teams signed up. Maybe a small entry fee of $100 or whatever, but people were keen to play. You know, that just got a lot of people into the community again. People who left and then came back, and it just showed a lot of potential for the scene to grow. And obviously, lockdown is eased up now, but people are still there to play. There's all of these teams that want to show their worth, and these new teams that want to prove that they can hang with the big boys. And this is where you start.
Yeah. And what a way to make it into play. And suddenly a tournament like this, the Atlantic Esports ZA, will bring some of these teams that have been very quiet in COD ZA, because let's be honest, it's been very, very quiet right now. And obviously we want some of these teams to come up into the big leagues and starting to play, because I really want to see more from how we're going to continue to build our community. And right now, these are the little guys. Yeah, they're little, but don't mean their skill isn't little. There's some underdogs here that are fantastic, but unfortunately don't get the chance to shine. And a league like this can certainly show that. And of course, on the stream itself, as we start, I believe it's going to be a Moscow HP. And I think some of them still are learning how to veto, which, if you guys don't know what vetoes are, Keegan, you can explain what vetoes are. But yeah, cool. We are hoping the best for this. It looks like all of them have joined into play.
Do they plan to veto map by map, or is it all at once?
I believe they are not sure on Impulsive Red side how to veto itself.
I mean, they should. Bronson has been in the scene forever, and he had to veto for C3ZA, so like...
Maybe a different captain. It'll be a bit surprising. Yeah, so I believe it is Moscow to start it off with, and they on the side of Impulsive Red. That is Royal Esports first pick, which will be Moscow HP, and Royal Esports will then allow the veto, of course, on Impulsive Red side. They will choose their map for the S&D. Which what map would you like to see in the S&D today, Keegan?
I don't know how many teams, like, there are people in this lobby, to my knowledge, more the Royal Esports guys who've like played since BO2 and know Express really well, so there's no need to like go over a strat or just like practice that map too much. But I'm not too sure how the newer teams, like, or the newer people, if they have gone over it or not, and whether or not they feel comfortable playing it. So I don't think we'll see Express tonight. If we do, I'll be shocked. But I'm feeling a Moscow and a checkmate S&D.
Yeah, 100% feel you on that. But like I said, you were right. They won't follow necessarily the GAs tonight. If they do, it's a big surprise to us. And obviously that'll be the first time actually casting it in front of an audience. An Express S&D and of course an Apocalypse HP. That'll be very nice to see how it goes through. But it looks like it's gonna be a change for the HPs on checkmate. I do believe I found out right now, thanks to Panther, who's told me each captain gets 1 veto per series. So that's how it's gonna go through.
1 veto per series.
Yeah. So I believe it's gonna be mostly stuck in the side of just keeping their teams in place. Oh yeah, there's the maps. The maps are going to be Moscow HP for the first one. That's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, we've seen Royal Esports play a lot on that map. I've seen them scrim likes of X1 and the likes of Astra Infinite on that map. Certainly a team that knows their map rotations, and we hope to see on Impulse Red side they can get them out of place.
So the good thing about the Moscow map is that if you're a team that can guarantee the 30 seconds and win that rotation, you can have a really fun time on the map. But if you can't guarantee those rotations, you gotta make sure your team is organized and breaking those hills. Otherwise, you are gonna be in for a really tough time on Moscow.
And following that, that's gonna be a raid search and destroy, Keegan. A raid search and destroy. That I enjoy a lot. Search and destroys on raid are always fun to play. Not really a fan of Garrison, so
No
that
one
was
is,
really
like you said earlier.
yeah. But speaking of Garrison, that control will be on Garrison itself, and if needed for the other two maps, they are into play. I believe that's gonna be checkmate for the HP, or I believe a checkmate for I know that for map 5 it will be actually a checkmate S&D if needed, and the fourth map still is to be announced. They are still working on that. Oh, it's gonna be Moscow HP again if need. Oh, never mind. They it seems like the change of pace has gone through on the side of Impulsive. We actually switching it over now, Keegan. It's gonna be checkmate HP, raid S&D, Garrison control, Moscow HP, and if case of the map 5 needed, a checkmate S&D. That's how we go through, and it looks like we are getting ready. Let's hop on board, Keeks.
I am ready. I mean, like I said, there's the checkmate S&D coming through. Just keen to see how these teams play. Like the HPs are gonna be. Oh, I see GA is being typed in chat,
no.
so let's see
That
if
is
they agree. I
unfortunate.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm not entirely sure on the ruling of the Atlanta Esports League's tourney rules. But if it is to follow Pro GA, I hope these teams are up to date, because Pro GA has confirmed that the XM4 has disappeared.
Yeah, certainly so. And I think I'm actually gonna do something super quick, which is, and that should be into play now. So there we go.
Gosh, I'm gonna fight you.
What is he saying? 50 rands on Keeks to get a 12 kill streak. That'll be interesting. Say no one's running FALs with select fire. No, we running. There's a bit of jokes there. Let's get it started as we go through. Keegan going into play. Oh, did they just cancel? Oh man,
Seems like it.
that is unfortunate timing. Just wait. Soon we'll start, ladies and gentlemen. We are super sorry for the delayment. As it comes through into play, they are just getting the map. I believe one player may have lagged out or something. They are playing the latest update, of course, which is going to be the GAs into play of NA side. And let's get it started.
We're hopping on to first.
Checkmate HP. I don't know, Keegan. What would you like to see? I'm feeling
Keep in
Impulsive
mind, you've
red
loaded in
side.
already. Yeah, let's.
Oh, you've
okay,
loaded
so-
in already.
No, you have, not me.
Oh, sorry. Keep in mind, I'm still loading into the map. There we go. We're seeing it
okay.
right now.
Let's go on to Impulsive Red. I want to see how they intend to protect P2 spawns.
Yeah, certainly so. I'm just making sure that everything is on the side showing, because it looks like the stream is not flowing through the way I want it to flow. Oh yeah, see, I knew something like that was gonna happen. Good thing I changed through, because I saw one person didn't spawn into play, so that's gonna be an end game right there, as host is keeping through. And for the ladies and gentlemen in chat who want to see what GAs we're gonna be running through this league, here is a link you can follow through and check out those current gentleman agreements as we go through. I believe it was one player who did disconnect midway through. Unfortunate, it happens. Nothing much to do. But hey, we're just gonna let them come into play. I think maybe scan and repair may have happened. But Keegan.
Oh, XC's in the lobby.
Yeah, I believe so. And maybe it's just that, hey, can't get it right the first time, man. Can't
You
get
know.
it right the first time. Unfortunate. But hey, you know what they say. I would say third time's a charm, but then I might jinx myself for the second start. So let's say second time's a charm. You get DC. Oh, disconnected. One of them did. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. They're guiding him back into the lobby.
Perfect. All G. Good. Perfect. So yeah, let me quickly go back to those maps right now and just think through it. Now, Checkmate HP, Keegan. What do you think about this map as a hardpoint map based?
Checkmate HP is a very fun map to play, in my personal opinion, as a sub. Just if you can get into your lanes to get your confidence up and play those sneaky, erratic corners that you want to be in, Checkmate can be the most fun map for your sub to just run and cause all havoc. Because a sub with freedom on that map just means they are going to be able to do so much for the team. It's also a heavy AR based map in terms of just being able to secure those long range gunfights, because you know an early pick for your team just makes those team fights a lot easier. So I'm keen to see how Wrecking v Legits is gonna pan out in this HP and see what type of tone it sets for the rest of the series.
Yeah, certainly so. And I just want to say are in chat just to make sure that everyone knows into play. Once again, thank you so much to Atlantic Esports ZA to host this tournament as we go through this league. Joined today, of course, by myself, Blacksack, and Keegs GTR. We are heading into the map, the first map, Checkmate. Now let's see if we can get into play, Keegan. No need for any restarts, none of that. Let's see, second time's a
Let's hope it's as smooth as that, eh?
Yeah, let's hope. And like I said, I want to start off with Impulsive Red's side. It looks like I'm starting.
KG's loaded in.
Oh, it looks like everyone is in play.
Everyone is in.
Perfect. And the team's on the right side. What a beautiful day. Beautiful night, sorry. Starting off with Kige, who's going to be... Let's look over. Anybody using the QBZ on the side? Oh, it's going to be Lychee, who's going to be rocking the QBZ on Impulsive Red side. That'll be nice to see. And, of course, we're sticking off with Zivan and Legits using the side... Adrian and Legits using the side of a Krieg. Now, let's switch over to Kige himself. As we switch up, Kige in a point right now contesting that spot is going to be Tilla and Cruelty, who's going to be interface. And I believe the game sound is a bit softer, Keegan, so if you don't mind taking in this base right now, as we see Tilla pick up a nasty 3-piece. Wow, he's going into P2 right now. That means the spawns have switched over for Impulsive Red as they're going to get into point. But the side of Tilla, is he streak about to die right now? But it looks like Wrecking has taken out Legits, and Tilla and Adrian help his place, his teammate. He's keeping that streak alive, it looks like, on the side for Tilla, who's on currently a 3-kill streak, but he has got killed right there, unfortunately. And Wrecking is set up on NASA as Adrian takes him out. Adrian gets taken out on the side of Kige right now. It looks like Impulsive Red are holding in for a P1, and they're getting ready to hold that P2 rotation.
Yeah, it was very nice what Impulsive Red did there. They noticed that they lost the spawns, and like I said, Tilla managed to get those quick kills and pushed up to get them spawned out. Lychee spawned all the way underneath that red tower, but his teammates knew what to do. They fought for those spawns and they held them again, and they've got now the map control. Cripsy going down to Tilla underneath P3, and they are set up waiting for this team, Royal Esports, to push them. Lychee's looking at the first pick, looking at Adrian, looking at Cruelty. KG is in the back watching the back push. They are making sure nobody slips through, but they know Tilla's in the back and they take him out. They are making sure they hold down these spawns and this heal. This is a good heal and good time. They knew that they weren't gonna fight for all that time on P2. They played for control, and I feel that Royal Esports need to step it up right here, because this could be the marking of Impulsive Red setting the tone for this entire map.
Yeah, certainly so. And I mean, look at their positions as the team right now. The SMGs are running around, making sure that no one's coming in from the back. And we already see Cripsy coming in from the back, picking up not one kill, but can he get the second on Adrian? Unfortunately, Adrian does take out his teammate, but following after that is 2 kills. But no, not enough for the shot punt reaction coming into the time right now, as we see Kige holding off on the right wing. He does get that beautiful turn in burn right there as he drops underneath, and he gets the second one. Is going to be Legits himself, but it looks like Adrian is spawning on yellow as he spotted out his teammate, and Kige has enough of that eco gel to gel that final kill right there, as Lychee does pick it up for the first one. The QBZ going pretty well for his side right now, as we see Legits coming in from the underneath. He does take out one Cripsy, and that's going to follow after Kige, who does get taken out right there, but Wrecking is still at the bottom, and Legits gets a third one. We might as well give him the captain card right now, because it looks like him and Tilla are going to be versing each other for who can drop the most 3-pieces currently in this, and it looks like Legits is still going off against Kige, and Kige really wants to challenge that, but thankfully his teammate has helped him out, but he does get killed off on that next rotation there, but I believe that was for P5. He's just trying to hold in spawns right now, as you see Tilla dropping in from underneath, but looks like the likes of Lychee gonna be the only one on P3, as Royal Esports has set up for new.
Yeah, it's good that Legit's managed to find those successions of kills, because he wasn't doing too hot at the start of the game, and that just managed to get him kickstarted, you know, back into the game. His team managed to get control of this hill again, and just like that, this is a fiercely contested map right now, where the scores is barely 10 apart, and you see Legit's trying to work this angle now for his team. Whoa, what a turn. Okay, damn, Zivan. And there's one more in the hill. He gets this. Oh, but he... Oh, KG with a massive two-piece to reclaim that hill. 3 even. He is not stopping. And they are waiting for... They know one more is up and the rest of them spawn up. They are waiting for this last person. However, Wrecking knows that the time is going down. He's playing for P5, making sure that they have the control and they have the spawns. However, Tiller sees different, and he's already underneath their plane steps flanking P4. I would have preferred if he had made that quick route to P5, but now the side of Royal Esports is spawning up on the back left of the map, and they are hitting the mid. They need to get some plane control here, because Cripsy and KG are... They are making sure that their presence is known, and they are producing a dominant sub performance here. The Royal Esports just need the Cruelty and Legits to just pick it up a little bit and get things going, because the succession of hills P3, P4 to P5 can be devastating to your team. And Cripsy with another two-piece. It's just coming out of nowhere, and they have maintained control of P5, and this, like I said, could be dangerous territory for Royal Esports.
Yeah, certainly so, and it looks like you cannot let that happen if you're on Royal Esports side, because it looks like Kiye and Cripsy did allow the team of Royal Esports to block them, and that allowed their two teammates, Mr. Lychee and Wrecking, to hold into point. And you can see that point position right now, as you can see Cruelty just finishing off that final kill. Can he make sure that his teammate is securing in for that next rotation? Because it looks like Royal Esports are gonna need to hold that one. But look at Adrian, he is set up to check off that back of plane, but it looks like KG won't necessarily see him in enough time, but it will be having to face Cruelty right now, who is gonna be winning that, and Cruelty is gonna see him into side. Oh my god, Cruelty. Oh no, that did not just happen to you, unfortunately, and Adrian missing up some of those shots. Impulsive Red are suddenly breaking his hills like it's nothing, Keegan. What's happening to Royal Esports right now?
I was very surprised. I mean, we saw that, I'm not too sure what the comms are like on Royal Esports' side, but the fact that the main AR has to be the entry man in some of these situations is very shocking. Ziva managing to get a 3-piece on that old P5, but they are very much struggling to keep pressure and contention on this P1. And saying that, the sides of Impulsive Red, they know the time is going down, but it just seems like they are more confident in being able to break a setup instead of going to hold the setup. KG is managing to flank through. He's on boxes. He might get picked out here. I think he will. But his teammates are working through P4, and they're trying to make sure that they can... Recking's trying to contest, but he's on his own. This is where the side of Impulsive Red do not need to be impulsive. They need to make sure they contain those nerves and they manage to work those successions of kills, because the second rotation can be big for your team, because this can give Royal Esports a way back into the series.
Yeah, certainly so. As we can see, Adrian now setting up on the back there. That's certainly what they want to hold right now, because Royal Esports just need to keep into this point, and Adrian getting that one piece. He knows that someone could possibly push through, you know, pre-firing, trying to get some parts right there. As Cruelty picks up one, peeking that, and gets Wrecking on the side. But it looks like Cripsy has made his way into Tube. But how did you let that happen in the first place, Legit? You gotta make sure that your teammates don't, because that's one player down, and there's one more in there, and Lychee's about to push in. And if Lychee wins that, Impulsive just gets that point. No, you cannot let that happen, Legits. You need to check that mid now and then. I get it that you have to check both sides, but you need your team to hold that point and necessarily to hold it. But Royalty have managed to hold in that new. But speaking of, Kige himself right now is about to switch over. Cast his curse right there. He got taken out, but Royal Esports have taken this point back. But can they hold it? That's the real question, because right now it looks like Legit is trying to hold it away, but there's not enough bullets for Kige to finish off that kill, and they are coming in from the top of the plane right now. It looks like that's going to be the side of Legit, who's about to get into a gunfight. That's going to be Kige in the back there. Unfortunately, nope, he KG's getting picking up a 1 piece, and he just gets a 2 right there. What is happening?
That was unfortunate for the Impulsive. I mean, for Royal, because they just slid into his line of sights. But like I said, these next 3 hills, Zach, are going to determine the pace of this map, and I'm glad Impulsive managed to break Royal's hold on that map, but now it's about the new hill. They gotta make sure they pay attention to this timer, because they have been ignoring this timer and they've been very late on their setups. There's 2 guys on the hill, KG and Lychee, or no, KG and Wrecking, excuse me. But again, the Royal Esports are spawning up P2, and now they're pushing, and KG's in that same corner where he got the 3-piece, and he gets 2 more. This is his home and bread and butter. He just sits in his corner, and he almost got the 3rd on Tiller. It was just there. But Adrian and Tiller making sure they stick together for trades. Is a 3rd by Adrian with the nade, and now they've got control. As much as the scoreline shows that this is a 30-point game, if they can get KG, I haven't left your side, my guy, and it's for a good reason. But there's still, both ARs are on the point, and they need to make sure that their subs manage to roam this plane area, because now Impulsive have this plane area and they control. They just gotta make sure that they work these kills and they play next. It's a big kill from KG, and now they are working through old, and that's 3 down from Royal Esports. They make sure that they push this out to get P5 control, and KG's just not stopping.
This man is going off. That is multiple 3 pieces and 2 pieces that he's getting. And look at Cripsy right now, trying to make his way through. Unfortunately, you're going to need a couple more teammates to back you right there. As we can see, Adrian is holding himself in with right now that window. He's trying to make sure that both sides are covered. He does spot out 1, and that's going to be Lychee, but Legits does take off that kill. But does he manage to see KG in enough time? KG definitely did see him and looked away, but Wrecking has taken that heady thanks to his teammates' call out right there. It looks like Lychee's about to enter the top with Kige as they make the through, as it looks like Adrian does get gunned down, and that's Legits following after. Legits, don't peek it. That's what happens if you peek in QBZ right there. And it looks like Wrecking is just in point by himself, and KG is set up in such a position in the back there to hold that spawn, while Lychee's holding off this left wing and managing to get 1 player off here, and that's gonna be Tiller, who unfortunately does win it, but that's 12 seconds, Keegan. They still need to focus on getting to P1. Look at the side of Royal Esports, that purple right now, and that's number 5 who does take it down. As Hige, who's gonna hold it through, and I believe he gets the 2-piece. Keegan, what is happening right now? And he's gonna get the 3rd.
He chokes the 3rd. But it's now Impulsive have this hill. They've got to make sure they keep the enemy away from the hill, get these quick kills, and it just seems like Royal are flying towards the hill, and now the side of Impulsive is panicking. No. They go 3 down, and it's just KG up, and he's got no ammo. This is just tough. They've got to make sure they can get towards the hill just to contest. They can contest. They have the side of P2. They just got to make sure they touch and hold them off. But if you know anyone like Royal and this roster, they have managed to kill everybody off of their spawn, get them away from the hill before they get close, and it just seems like this is going to be closed out right here and right now by Royal Esports.
Yeah, certainly so, and that was an amazing game to go through, and I believe his name is KG. I'm sorry, I keep calling him something else because I remember in Modern Warfare I used to have the same issue with his name, and that's where I realized, wait a minute, that's KG. But look at Cripsy and KG, speaking of those 2 players, taking in first map, unfortunately, due to their multiple 3 pieces and 2 pieces, not holding enough time and breaking that P1 right there in the last part, goes to Royal Esports, who just made it just in enough time to make that small comeback right there, and starting it off big, taking off first map on the side of Royal Esports, 1 up in the series as we get ready to go into the search and destroy of Raid.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that Wrecking had a bad map there, because if he manages to get a few more kills, he puts his teammates in a better position. Like you said, the subs just managed to run rampant enough to make this as close of a contest as it was. And like I said early in the game, it's just going to be a battle of Wrecking versus Legits, and within that first rotation, Legits was struggling, but he picked up his game, and it wasn't so much on the side of Wrecking, and it just showed the difference as the Royal Esports managed to make a comeback, and a pretty substantial one at that, and take map 1.
Yeah, certainly so, and it looks like we're getting ready to host switch. I hope not a host switch.
Should be.
Yeah, sorry, I expect so, sorry. And if anybody in chat who are just coming in to play, you can see the map count right there in chat. Royal have taken in a 1 up in the series so far out of it. that now they're going on to play the Search and Destroy on a raid, I believe, and we are getting ready to join up on them. And I believe I just got hit with connection loss to host while we hold in to play. It's gonna be Cruelty I'm gonna join on. Oh, I believe you can join on me as soon as I join on them. Or if you're already there.
I'm joining up now. I think I joined the wrong person.
Oh yeah, I certainly did join the wrong person. I'm gonna join up on.
Joining up now. But yeah, like I said, very exciting map 1, and I'm glad we got to see so much firepower from both teams. Yo, Feeble, you know the vibes.
We are just holding into place. Sorry about that. I'm just making sure that this issue can.
Are you still in the lobby? I've got an error message.
Yeah, I also had some error messages. I think that may have been someone who was host that crashed. I'm just gonna turn up the game volume just a little bit. I'm gonna drop your microphone level just a tiny bit.
Go for it. Go for it.
Just give me 1 second as I just drop it just a bit. That should be better. I just joined on them. You can join back on me now. I'm just gonna put up my. I think I may have to actually. Let me just do this quick. So this is much better to play with.
I am very excited to see how both teams perform on this S&D, and this raid map is a very iconic map for COD players. So I'm very keen to see how these teams come out, what their strats are, and just overall how influential this S&D map will be for this next control map.
Yeah, certainly so, and I have, sorry about that, I have switched over to a different microphone. I believe this should be a little bit better. I'm just going to switch it as well onto you so you can hear it as well, Keegan. And this must be a little bit better and easier to control, because unfortunately it's taking a bit of that game volume up, and I just want to turn that game volume just a little bit more up right now as we go into new. Can a caster host? Keegan, what are you? Is your connection good enough to host?
I can host.
Give us Miami S&T. I'm pretty sure one Miami and S&T would come into play, but hey, mess map. Oh man, a lot of people will not like that opinion of it.
Nah, people. You gotta calm down.
No one would like. Not many would. Oh, that will have an issue with it. But I believe, actually, Keegan, I think you may have jotted out, and they have actually started the game without you.
Oh, have they? Oh, rough.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it would be nice for them to just give a heads up.
Oops. I'm gonna just send a message through. If not, I guess I'm just gonna have to wing it without you, Kicks. And
No. I'll just do the glitch to go caster.
Where? Perfect enough. But let's see how it goes. Of course, Impulsive Red on the right and Royal Esports on the left. Sorry, there has been a switch. I just realized. Thankfully, they did TK, so I can get that all set up real quick. And we're just gonna hit that transition right through. Gonna just tell them to wait in chat just a couple of seconds while I get into play.
Hopefully my keypad reacts, because you know PS4s be very slow.
Yeah, certainly so. Just getting that all right on the side, and I believe was an issue with the team switching, and there we go. That should be all ready to go.
Cool.
Perfect. It's a little bit stressful, Keeks. It's a little bit stressful sometimes.
Just a little bit, you know?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hopefully
I need to see this before this map starts. I need to see this. Hold up. Internet just... so, okay. If anybody who wants to be interested, just real quick. It's currently FaZe vs Subliners, and Subliners just took the SND. It's 1-1 right now. Okay, moving on. This is now
On the
Royal
side.
Esports versus Impulsive Red.
Oh, wow, that's gonna be interesting to see through. Of course,
Yeah.
I want to see some of that action happen here in this Atlantics.
Yeah, I'm looking for a very intense game. I mean, let's just run on to KG here.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
see
look
he's
how
picked up
fast
the-
they are
oh,
traveling
he's picked
right
up the
now.
bomb.
Going off
They've
to
got a
A.
plan and they want to get it out as soon as possible. Agent's in the window trying to be aware to this push on the water side, and the Cripsy gets the first
Cripsy.
blood.
Cripsy taking off that first blood already, and KG is gonna make his peek. He's gonna peek and he's waking.
Oh,
oh, and
Bronson with Ricky
follow
with the
up.
second.
And look on the side of Legits and Cruelty. They have to make their way through, but it looks like Wrecking's gonna be holding his way through, and Cruelty's not paying attention. That's not... Oh, Cruelty.
Okay.
Okay, okay, Cruelty. That's on you,
Cruelty
my
means
man.
business.
Yo, okay. The shot
means
punch
business.
just came into play right now as Legits is into play, but he doesn't realize Cripsy is right behind him, and Impulsive Red take that first round so fast. They suddenly came here with their game plan, Keegan, as we started off right there.
That was clearly something they had practiced and they had executed flawlessly. Zero hesitation from that team. They figured we want that A-bomb, let's get that A-bomb, get some early easy picks, and got the bomb down and then set up. It was just that simple for them.
Jeez.
Hopefully, Impulsive Red can keep the momentum, or can Royal Esports come out with a retort?
Yeah, I'd expect so right now, as we can see Tilla coming in. It looks that they will be playing that time, but it looks like Alici on the side can pick up the first blood, and that's going to be on Tilla, and then following that is going to be KG taking out Cruelty, and Royal Esports are back to 2 players only. And speaking of those 2 players, it's going to be Legits and Adrian this time, and Legits by himself about to get pushed in the back by Bronson the Dawn with the gunny. He does take out one, and now Adrian by himself on top mansion. He's in a predicament right now. He is in a predicament right now.
He is.
Oh, it
Well,
looks like behind him.
If there's a spot to make a play, it's this position right here. But yeah, it's just so difficult when you've got the Krieg and you're getting rushed by 74 U's.
Oh no. Oh no. Impulsive Red take off another round in the search and destroy. This looks like they want that comeback after that HP map, man. That HP map was very close to them, surprisingly.
It was. And then that just seems that that is a perfect read from the boys over at Impulsive Red, and it just seems that they're running with momentum right now. We need to see Royal Esports shut them down and make sure that they get staggered here. They just need to find some kills, find some momentum, and get back into this S&D.
Yeah, speaking of that, as we can see, Adrian has spotted one on bottom mansion, but he's run away because he knows the whole team is coming in onto the side there. We can see Tilla making his way down water staircase very slowly, and now number 7 is about to be met in zigzag. It's going to be Legits himself who's going to be pushing into play, but Cripsy is following after. But you notice what KG is looking at, Keegan. He's looking at that B. Is this meant to be a diversion on purpose to allow KG to make his move through? But that's going to be wrecking on the side of Laundry on top mansion right now as we make the playthrough. But notice number 5 who actually has bomb. Number 4 who has bomb. I didn't even realize. And speaking of Cripsy, who I was just about to push through, has been taken out by Legits. Finally, a first blood has been played through.
Now it's Tilla's still trying to get an angle on wrecking in the mid, but KG with the pick on Legits, a big trade there. But now it's all on Adrian and Tilla to make sure they hold on as A, while KG is making his way to this B side, but is he gonna look in that laundry window? It's gonna be some really bad timing, and Cruelty gets an easy kill on KG. They should know that bomb is on the bomb site, and it's just wrecking in a 1v3. He's gotta make sure he plays this near perfect to get those 3 kills. Can he read it? He can. Oh, can he get
he
the
does
kill?
pick up
He
one.
can. And there's just too many bodies for him to take out in a short amount of time.
Yeah, that is super unfortunate on the side of Impulsive Red. They did have a good plan going through, but not necessarily the best to keep going through that A. B side would like some action now. Obviously, Cruelty was ready and waiting patiently for that kill on the side there. So hopefully that can come into play right now as we switch over on the side of Adrian for Royal Esports. Let's hope he can get his kill right now. He has not taken bomb. That's going to be on Tilla's side, and our concussion will follow after, and a trophy down there. But Looks like Cripsy's gonna be pushing towards the mid, and he saw someone, and Adrian lost the gunfight against Cripsy, and he does get taken up, but First Blood does go on the side of Royalty Esports, who comes on and kills a Wrecking into play right now. So it's a 3v3 currently as we make a move onto the side of Cruelty, who's made his way behind them currently. But it looks like A is completely safe on their side, and they need to go and target towards money, but if they can play this B pretty well, which I know they can, but it looks like Cruelty may want to extend himself just a tiny bit more, and notice that Cripsy is going to be making his playthrough right now. This is the time for whoever got the best timing cuts today, and that's going to be Tiller right now, who does take him out. Unfortunately, Tiller gets taken out, and it's going to be left in a 1v1 against Cruelty. QBZ versus SMG, I believe. Oh, it was like both QBZs actually, I just realized. Yeah. No, it's SMG. Oh no, the QBZ!
Oh, and Leechy just got the ice in his veins. My man saw the kill and jumped at it. He knew what he was doing, got it down. It's just those moments of hesitation that can sometimes play against your team, and it just happened there. If they get that bomb down a lot sooner, Royal will be able to have a much faster setup and be prepared for more things. But this patience from Leechy was what won this round, because he was working on that flank really early in the game, moving really slowly. Legits was aware of it, but he took so long that Legits just figured, this guy's either in mid or he's by laundry, and that flank just managed to play to his benefit and won them the round.
Yeah, completely so. And speaking of that round, Adrian, you're going back to A now. Is Impulsive Red following this A scenario? And it looks like it isn't, but the side of Legits definitely is the hunger. And him running into the place as Cruelty does pick up the first blood, but Impulsive do return the favor by taking out Legits now. And KG just needs to make a movement through, but it looks like during Pillar there, that's going to be one player down, and he might just extend that on the side of Tiller, and he does so. Well done to him, and now it's left in a 3v2. Impulsive Red need to maybe change the way that they're going on to the time, but no, it looks like they have traded out a player on the side of Royal Esports, and that is going to be a 2v2 right now as Wrecking does pick up his teammates bomb, but Cripsy does take off another two-piece on Cripsy's side.
What is happening? He's just on fire, Zach. He is on fire, and this is what I've been saying. I really want to see this S&D, because I've known Bronson to be somewhat of an S&D wizard, but he's managing to. Him and his teammates are managing to just guide this perfectly. I don't even know if this was their pick or Royal's pick, but it just seems that no matter what the map would have been, this Royal had the Royal are getting just outplayed, and Impulsive are just taking charge.
Yeah, right now we gotta see how it continues through, because it looks like Royalty are going towards that A side by Leechy. Throwing Adrian, why would you stay there, Adrian? Why would you stay there in that spot? You are soon to be welcome to the agency if you don't change the way you play right now, brother. He's 005. Can we get him to 007?
And look at them getting aggressive. We love to see the okay.
Unfortunately.
Let's see what happens now. So now this is a good play from Royal. They are playing slow. They know they've been cornered, but they got to play these angles for their picks. Hopefully KG doesn't have some bad timing here by Art. But it's all about, can they stop this push from mid to the B bomb side, and the KG gets spotted. That's information, and now he knows that they're there. Now 3 and 4 are managing to rotate. Oof, that stuck somebody. It would have been a bit of a game changer. Oh, and that's just bad timing.
Oh.
Tiller and Leechy have just passed each other, and KG almost gets a kill on Cruelty and all, but Cruelty just manages to put the gun to show, and easy kill from Tiller in the back, and now it's a 3v1. If Leechy can get him off the bomb side, they are planting.
Take your time, just take your time, brother. Oh, if he played it in enough time, he's gonna be holding into the bomb, but Cruelty does have bomb, and he's about to plant it into play, but now it could be Legit still focusing on towards the mid there. They need to come into play, and it looks like Leechy is about to get bad time.
Oh no!
Oh, the pre-fire as well. Reload your gun, brother. You don't want to just push in like that. Legits is coming in onto the right side, but he manages to get the kill.
Big win from Royal Esports.
Oh.
It's a round they very much needed to close out, because this is something that had been repeated. Oh, what? This is an amazing gunfight from Cruelty, just to win that with a Krieg. But it's a good thing that Royal has managed to put Impulsive Red back in their tracks, because this is just unheard of. There's so many 1v3 situations that Impulsive are winning, and I'm just happy that Royal have managed to close one of those rounds out.
Yeah, and certainly so, and now it looks like the side of Impulsive Red are going towards B side, but Cruelty has been spotted up until it does pick up the first blood from the side of Royalty. Now they're left in a 4v3 right now. It's going to be KG watching that mid, but Tilla just focused on A. They're trying to make that rotation for Bomb, but Can underneath that bottom, who's going to be Mr. Lychee himself, Mansion, who's actually attacking from top Mansion, and one on Water Staircase. That's going to be Tilla right now. Just needs to play his time. And it looks like he's gonna come into that time there. That tiny hole, just giving away the position. And Lychee backs off very fast. Tilla don't want to chase this. And stun does get provided.
From KG.
Oh, certainly so. And it looks like they are left towards the mid right now. It's gonna be a 3v2. And Lychee does fire off some shots right there for predictions. Hopefully expecting one player to come into bound right now, but it looks like KG does need to go and plant that bomb right now. He does put up one player. Tilla left in a 1v2. Sorry, I believe Lychee left in a 1v2 against Tilla and Legits right now. Bomb is down in front of Tilla's site, so he just needs to take his time, and he has spotted out Lychee right there. But if Lychee does get that kill, you don't want to peek that right now. He has no bomb. I think this is going to be Royal Esports' round, certainly so, and he's not going to let himself die. Or he's going to challenge it, actually, for that couple seconds, and a shot punch will come into play. Right there, Royal Esports pick it up. And another point, 4-3, currently leading in is Impulsive Red still. Why isn't the map count on showing on Codcaster? Eddie, it's because unfortunately there was a change of hosts, and that Codcasting it doesn't count the map that was previously played. So right now in the series, it is Royal Esports leading by 1 against Impulsive Red. We apologize for that, but unfortunately, host was other players were having some problems with the previous host on that HP checkmate.
Oh no, it's going to be a mess up from Cruelty and Tilla, but they managed to get a kill, but immediately cheated out by Cripsy and KG. We need to see some work out of Adrian here. He's about to be 007 in cool fashion.
He's gonna be welcomed.
He needs to make sure he gets a kill.
Yeah, and look at that position by
holding
Cripsy.
His angles.
Yeah. Only so he's just switching in between.
They are fully aware of all these angles they want to watch, and there's Adrian's first kill. Let's hope it gives him some momentum.
Nice. Nice, much better for him. He needs to collect that bomb and get ready through. But it looks like KG is just holding himself over and watching that pillar right there as I look at Tilla coming in on the right side with him. Oh, KG! What? How did she... The headshot multiplayer in this game, multiplier, Keegan. He does manage to push him now. He's about to get the second piece right there, and Impulsive Red do take it. So far up there, around 5-3. This is game point for Impulsive Red. The side of Royal Esports need to position themselves way better. They are getting first-blooded non-stop. They need to take their time. Unfortunately, attack does require them to play a little bit more aggressive, but when it comes to their defense, they need to watch how it goes right now, because they can't let the likes of KG and Crispy gun them down and take that first blood every time.
Yeah, it pretty much seems that this team on the Impulsive Red side are just very thought out, and they know what they want to do on these S&D rounds, and every round is just played to their pace. They've not been too, like, the rounds that they've dropped, it's been a frantic situation, but they've managed to make it a very close round, and it's just good performances from everyone on the side of Impulsive Red, whereas on Royal Esports, it's just a matter of Adrian and managing to pick up his game. Once that happens, I guess they'll... Oh, and there seems to be a disconnection from Tilla.
Yeah, it looks like one of the players did maybe a scan and repair, I would say.
We hope, and we hope that it's not ESCOM doing him dirty.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see with load shedding right there. But it looks like it's coming into play right now. Hopefully he does join up and that wasn't an issue with ESCOM doing him dirty. Currently on that score, it was game point towards Impulsive Red. I don't know if they want to maybe still play for that rounds to see how maybe a switch could happen.
Like I said, I'm not too informed on the rules of the Atlanta Esports League, but if I don't know, I'm not too sure what the rule is for a disconnection mid-map, or if they're going to continue playing. Hopefully it's a continuation, but on the other hand, if the ruling is that map is forfeit to the team of the guy who lagged out because they didn't continue the series, then it's an unfortunate loss to Royal Esports for that map.
Yeah, certainly. So I'm just waiting in on any information from this side there on the admins if they can go when they come through. It looks like Attila is still yet to be. Oh, he has lagged out right completely out of the lobby right now. Just
Yeah.
play some music in the background. But Keegan, what do you think about Impulsive Red during that S&D? Starting it off hot. All of them seem to be in this zone of understanding that they got their placements into. They know what to do. They got their strats jotted down because suddenly that was plays there that Royal Esports did not expect Impulsive Red came to play today like that.
Yeah, I'm just hopeful that I'm hoping that if they do carry on this series, that Impulsive Red aren't too shaken up or put him back on the ice, as you'd say, and to keep warm and to make sure they don't drop their momentum. Because, as I said in the beginning of the series, the S&D maps are going to be the most interesting. I mean, the HP was very close, but the S&D was a definite shocker and upsetter from the Impulsive Red side, just taking full-on control and shutting down Agent specifically. He just struggled to find his footing, and if he had a better time on that raid map, I think his team wouldn't have struggled as much as they did. But then again, it's like you said, when they were on attack, they played too slow. Whereas you looked at Royal Esports, they looked flat, and Impulsive just took it to them, and they made sure that they were gonna win that gunfight, get that bomb down, and they were gonna get control. That was the intention. Almost all of those setups. Obviously, they were around the 2 year where they decided, let's just get these kills and close out the round. There's no need to play this time where it's a 1v2 or it's a 4v2. It's just a lot of the rounds, the early bodies are dropping, and it's just wasn't going in the way of Royal. You could see almost every round where there was first bloods or early kills, it was always on the side of Impulsive Red. Very rarely would Royal be able to take that initiative, and it just played against them. And not to mention the amount of times that I think it was like twice or thrice where Royal had lost a 1v2, a 1v3 even, and it just showed that there's just a bit of chaos or miscommunication inside those comms. And they just need to calm down and make sure they get that small talk going, get everybody back on their feet, and hopefully, if the map continues, that they manage to make some sort of comeback.
Certainly, so I would expect that because I think personally, Keegan, I think Royal Esports took Impulse for a joke there on that first round. They certainly did. It seemed like I don't think they were expecting them to come through that certain area that they expected it to be in to play. And
Definitely, you could see they started very slow, and it was a shock to them, and it took them a while to wake up in the HP. But Impulsive Red are making sure that they don't give them a chance to recover in this S&D.
yeah, and it looks like sorry, I just been given information. They did the right. They will be continuing with that. They will resume that map with the match score when the DC occurred, and it'll look through. It go well done to them for actually keeping it into play because that was sportsmanship on the side of Impulsive Red because no first blood had been gotten off. Unfortunately, if it works in the CDL rules, one first blood equals the game has started. You can't end the game as soon as that first blood is done. So well done to them to hold that into play. And while we wait for them to load in, Keegan, I'm gonna actually run a. We can just look back actually more closely at how it went through, because I'm just in awe of how they started off that first round, man. Tiller coming in from the side of. They all expected them to go A side on B side. There was 3 players on the map that went towards B and 1 Adrian looking on the side of A, and then Cripsy followed off that kill from mid where he was just watching over water staircase as we watched KG get that plant into play, and we saw Wrecking take off another blood right there as Cruelty made his way back, and you notice that Tilla and Legits and Cruelty couldn't make their way through, and somehow they played it through evenly pretty well.
Yeah, the unfortunate part of it is that Agent wasn't able to back up in time for his team. It just seemed that he was getting caught, or he figured he could win the gunfight, and he just ended up getting outnumbered, and it was just unfortunate on his side.
Yeah.
But hopefully he can get some kills in this beginning, and it's just a fresh start for him in general. Score is currently 5-3 to Royal Esports, up to Impulsive Red, and they taking the bomb, and they are again hitting this A bomb side real fast. It's just Adrian on the side again, and he's just pre-firing.
And he's trying to see if he can get any kills right there, but it looks like the stun may alert that, thankfully. It does, but it looks like on the side of Water Staircase is going to be KG taking off that first blood, the man with the bomb, who does duck away in enough time for that A-bomb plan to come into play, but Adrian is still taking his time waiting for his teammates to come into play. It looks like the side of number 7, that's going to be legit, just holding off that Water Staircase, trying to make it work. Of course, it is currently on Impulsive Red side for match point as they make their way through and get the successful bomb going off right now, or can they eliminate the players? Because certainly on Royal Esports side, it's going to be a 3v4 right now, and it looks like Legit has spotted one at the bottom mansion and one on the top, and not these players don't want that to happen because it looks like Crispy's going to come through and take a first blood if needed. No, you cannot let that happen. Hey! There's no way.
I just we've just got to love the composure out of Impulsive Red here. Yeah. They knew what they wanted to do. They hit that bomb site purposefully like they did in the very first round, and they made sure that they would close out this S&D without giving Royal Esports a chance to recover. And I hope they ended the map. And now we have a control. And like I said, the series is going to be very tight. It's currently 1-1 in map count, and we've got a control to try and see who can take that lead again.
Yeah, and I kind of wish that did last a bit longer than it was meant to be. But well done to Impulsive Red. They really just came back for that regain. Made sure to close it off. They didn't want any luck or any of that position play being into it. Of course, there's going to be a switch of hosts right now, and it's going back to Royal Esports. Currently in the series right now, it is tied 1-1. As Impulsive Red take that Search and Destroy on raid, and we are going on to, I believe, the control on, I believe it's going to be Garrison. Keegs will be hosting, sorry, I believe.
Okay.
Looks like.
Who is Slowpoke? I just see this, I don't see this guy with Activision ID, I guess.
That's unfortunate. And once again, thank you so much to Atlantic Esports League to represent this match. Make sure to follow them on their Twitter and IG links. It is in the chat, but hopefully I can actually just get it for you guys real quick. And it should be there right now soon. This host has been switching, and it looks like Keegs will be hosting in the rest of the matches, and you will be
you can join up
in through. Perfect. If you could keep them actually on the side of what we had.
Oh, so hold on, let me check who was what. Oh, so
it looks like it will be on the side. I believe the red side was
left.
Yeah, sorry, left.
The red side was Impulsive. Okay.
As we get it started through.
Okay.
I mean, just to make sure that all the teams are on play. Right now, we're going into a Garrison control. Don't necessarily enjoy that, but hey, it'll be nice to see. Of course, control has been switched up a little. On this, HP has switched up. Garrison is no longer, Crossroads are no longer in anymore. It has taken the spot of Apocalypse, a new DLC map, who has been turned into a actual competitive map, Keegan. Thinking about that in Call of Duty history, man. A Call of Duty DLC map turning into a competitive map. That is something.
I mean, it's
new.
not the first time.
Yeah, but like
that happened in
for a while though. But like we haven't had that for a long time.
Yeah, it's very uncommon, but that does happen.
I just want to make sure that every team is right. Impulsive should be on blue side and red on the side of. Impulsive should be on red side, and blue side should be Royal. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. We are getting ready to go through. Cripsy, yeah, certainly so.
Okay, everyone's ready. I'm starting up.
Yep. And it looks like we will be heading in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Garrison. So, control. Now, control is a fun part, Keegan. Gotta see team lives count right now. And the team lives on the side of the S&Ds, that tells you a little bit of what could be happening in this control, but we're gonna see how they play compared in respawn modes, single lives on the side of Royalty Esports. Gonna have to hold themselves together, man. That is something of a surprise that actually caught my attention as they went through. But let's see. Can they take us to a game 5 on the opening?
I don't think I put a timer on. Is this gonna hurt people?
I believe so, you did.
Okay, well, yeah, everyone's moved in, so we shouldn't.
Perfect. And we can see on the side of Royal Esports who have to play the defense right now as Adrian does pick up for first blood, but Cripsy will start with a TK. Oh, looks like you gotta end it, Kick.
Oh, hectic, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Must have been a host issue right there. Super sorry for that. Once again, one of the casters is the host, unfortunately. Sometimes not fun times depending on where you live in the world. Apparently in South Africa.
If there's issues now, then I don't know.
And maybe having to host the side of Royal Esports, hopefully. Sorry about that quick control match. Hopefully things will come into play right now. But yeah, Keegan, Apocalypse on an HP map. That'll be certainly something to see. Yeah, I kind of wanted a new control map.
Oh, timer. Okay. I figured it was the issue.
Oh, anybody else got 280 ping? Oh.
Wanna be.
But yeah, Express S&D. Now, Express has taken out, actually from the map that we just played right now, Garrison is no longer a search and destroy map. So players who played the Black Ops 2, of course, will definitely have enough time. That timer as well, Keegan, needs to be added. And once that is into play, certainly a different type of map you want to focus on rather than Garrison. So we're gonna say goodbye to Garrison probably for the future time, and it has been actually added to League Play. Speaking of League Play right now, the problem that's actually been in League Play is actually the DLC weapons. Not many people enjoy them. I know the LC10 and not necessarily the Farah, I believe it's called. AR, it's not necessarily the Farah isn't the one that's the issue, it's mostly the LC10, and Treyarch have actually addressed it where they will be not getting rid of it but actually nerfing it. That's something like maybe you should just restrict it one time. Suddenly there's no need for it.
I mean, you know, people are running snipers and SMGs and the overkill classes.
Yeah, I believe there is a patch coming for that, but that's gonna take a long time, he said.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too long though.
Yeah. Maybe next week. Wink, please. Yeah. So let's head in. Hopefully everything is right. Control. Currently 1-1 in the series on Royal Esports.
I put on a timer, I swear.
Timer
I don't know
has
why.
Been played. Yeah, it's 5 seconds. There we go. Everyone is loaded in to play. Perfect. 30 lives. It should actually say 26, actually.
No. It's just
I think it lags out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. As Wrecking right now takes in first blood for Royal Esports, it looks like he's going to be entering from the bottom. Oh, it's going to be a switch of sides as well. Apologies once again. There's a bit of host issues right there. Impulsive Red are actually on the right, and Royal Esports are going to be on the left side there. Tiller and Legits, as speaking of Legits, he does take off the first blood. Right now he does possibly get the turn on Wrecking, but Wrecking does get that kill in enough time. He has to defend the point. It's going to be the side of Impulsive Red. Keep in mind the switch of sides. Apologies for that, who are going to be making sure that point is on defense. And right now we can see Royal Esports Cruelty getting into play as his map is contested, and looks like Lychee will be traded out, but unfortunately he's shooting at nothing right now. It looks like KG is just holding in that point. He doesn't want to peek it just yet. He has the support of his teammates, but he needs to watch out for Legits with that AR right now as Crispy does take out one player, and then KG following after in enough time, but it looks like one more is in there, but it looks like Wrecking is still getting behind them. How are they letting this happen? Wrecking takes a 2-piece right now, and he's about to enter into the point. Can he hold the spawn? And Wrecking gets the nasty 3-piece right there, but it looks like he'll be jumping.
Okay.
Okay, look at that feed right now. The feed is red, impulsive red, but you know, of course it is purple right there. And now a spawn trap is being delivered on the side of impulsive red. They have come to play and wrecking himself.
No,
This
they
it
are
can't
just
be
living in
happening.
that
This
spawn.
cannot be happening. KG now entering that point. Look at the live deficit, Keegan, right now.
They pushed up so hard that they
Oh,
made them spawn in P1.
Oh, that
They're just
is
gonna-
bad. That is certainly bad.
Royal
KG. Oh my.
Wrecking is absolutely turning up in this control. He's making sure that
Just got him down enough time, and that's gonna be Wrecking, who tried, but he does get taken out. And Cruelty, you don't want to push yourself too much right there as you wait for your teammates to come help you. Maybe some attack on A could be useful right now
you
to
say
cause.
teammates, Zach, but it's a 2v16 right
Yeah,
now.
I just
They
realized,
Can't
yeah.
really do much. They can't do much. It was. I would be surprised if they managed to do it. Pull up a 2v16 in Garrison
That's
control.
certainly a surprise for me. Of course, Impulsive Red has taken that first round. Apologize once again. It will be fixed in the next game. Wrecking, going massive to what I said. The third kill didn't bother me. The fourth kill did, Keegan.
This is what I was confused. Oh man, it's a clean hip fires.
Hip
Jesus.
fire. You can hope. You can only wish that COD was that generous to give you that amount of hip fire possible.
Literally.
And it
Anyway,
looks
this
like-
is
Go
this
on.
is now on Royal to respond. They can't let the Impulsive just take this with this much dominance. They've got to put up a fight. Maybe just spawn trap Impulsive Red and get some momentum of their own.
Yeah, certainly so. As we can see, Legit's now holding off the point, but Wrecking does got him in enough time. He does spot off. That's one life already gone on the side of Impulsive Red. But notice Tiller coming through vents right now. He's about to enter into Dark. He looks like he's trying to make a push through towards the back. He has spotted out Lychee. Bullets are going everywhere for him, but he does manage to get his teammate managed to get one. He does spot off KG in enough time, but he's not enough damage from that gun to actually kill off KG. And KG is just taking his time, waiting through, and looks like he will challenge Cripsy. Props to him to challenge an AR from that far, Keegan, with that 74U. But hey, that 74U has done damage in the past, and it can certainly do it still to this day. Right now, Wrecking holding off that heady. He has been a certain dominance on this heading right now, and I don't know what the hell is Asian doing there, hitting the air, and Wrecking just comes in and nabs that kill, but he is super weak, and it looks like the side of Adrian, who's going to be holding it from a very unusual spot, as KG does win his gunfight. He is about to be secured right now if Tiller and Cruelty make their way through and following Legits after, and now Wrecking has entered the point, making that super fast if they can get a third person in that bound there, but it looks like Cripsy will be delivering it now, and it's KG by himself against 3 players on both sides about to be pushed through on the side, and it looks like on top green it'll be Cruelty coming in for that kill, and it looks like they are about to deliver the spawn trap now, Keegan. Here's the spawn trap coming in on the side.
They're definitely gonna work their way up. You see Cruelty already in their spawn, and it's just it's a matter if KG can KG and Grips just getting some kills to try and push them back, and that's really all you need to just get yourself out of the spawn trap. But you see Tiller and Adrian just holding their front line, waiting for their teammates to come back to help them with the spawn trap. And Bronson, Wrecking does have a streak to work with, but I think that at this point they're pretty much gonna save their streak for the next round or the rounds thereafter, because they are getting absolutely worked on right now.
Yeah.
It's basically Impulsive Red receiving what they handed out in the first round, and they're just gonna let the time run out here and hope they can either keep this momentum or just clean out the next round. They made a good rotation to the A capture point, but the execution on it was not the best. It's just unfortunate, but they went 3 down immediately. Like, the boys from Royal spawned up and they instantly went towards that A site. Unfortunately, in that situation, the Wrecking just jumped off that boxes at the worst time and gave a free kill to, I think it was Tiller, and then from that point on, the rest of Wrecking's teammates just dropped, and as you saw, there's a KG in a 1v3 in that hill, and he could not do anything, and then as soon as he died, they just pushed up that spawn, made sure they put them in that spawn trap, and gave them
what they did
a nice lesson.
Yeah, certainly so. As we can see now, Royal Esports on the left side once again, tied up in a 1v1, but Legits does pick up that second blood as Wrecking takes another first blood on the side. He should certainly get a trophy right now for how many first bloods he's actually delivering throughout the series right now. It looks like Legits is going to be pushing top green. It's going to be Crispy, but has he spotted Crispy in enough time to gun him down? But no, Crispy does take that win, rocking the Empire camo. Ooh, Mr. Empire, but he has a Mutineer's outfit.
KG with the challenge on Adrian and on Tiller, and it was just not very pretty.
Mm.
It's cruelty now in the arc with Tiller, and cruelty's trying to work this Vents, but you can see Impulsive Red know they aren't in a position to work these spawns. They're gonna play the next wave, and Wrecking and Leechy just getting kills, and
Oh.
Tiller getting that trade. Can Crispy get this kill? Yes, he can. Now look at number 5. He's already working his way up, trying to make sure he can get into this hangar. Maybe like spot a few kills, but Cripsy's found himself an AR and he's just doing more work. You know, he put that backpack on, picked up a new gun, and just kept on frying. You know, Tiller's trying to pick up Wrecking in mid. Cruelty, big 3 from Royal. Now it's time for them to just flood this point, get this capture point going, because the minute they can get this capture point, this B side captured, they can start to work something. And the life deficit this time isn't as big as it was the first time around. But Leechy and there's a TK from Legits, and that's 4 down. And as I just said, that the point is cleared, and
Yeah, certainly so.
this is now a flood of kills that Royal need in order to stay in this game.
Look at that map right now. Look how they are facing currently in that map, and that's gonna be Grekin that manages to almost get that 3-piece, but it's gonna be Cripsy again taking another 2-piece home tonight, and KG follows after with another 2-piece right there, and that is.
Are we going to see a point get captured, Zach? I don't think so.
I don't think
Flippin'
so.
all.
I don't know, man. I honestly expect the point to actually get nabbed out right there, but it looks like if this does go to a map, the round point where they get 2-2, I'm pretty sure on the lives count right now it does lead, I believe, Impulsive Red, so they will certainly be defending the map if needed for 2-2.
Yeah. Impulsive Red will get the defense right now. It all depends on how much slaying the boys at Royal can do right now to try and earn themselves that
they definitely want to get some kills right now in this round, if anything. We'll hold that defense, of course. We haven't seen a capture being done until it has done his thing. He's going into vents right now, but KG has spotted him, hopefully. KG definitely does see him, and he's going to run for that kill. Nope, KG's going to hold himself back, but Cruelty is on top green. If one person can gun him down, that will be the side of, I would say, Cripsy, but no, Cruelty has won that, but Wrecking has spotted him out and traded his teammate Tilla still at the bottom of vents, but this allowing one player to get behind them, and that's going to be number 4, I believe. That is Adrian himself, who's going to be making his way towards the back. Actually, he's just keeping himself neutral right now. It looks like on his right will be KG on the bottom floating. He hasn't spotted him just yet, and he's about to enter. Hopefully Cruelty does know he got him secured, and he does spot out Leechy on caution right now. He needs to jump up in enough time, but Wrecking saves his teammate. He saves his teammate right there. And it looks like the progress is going up.
We might see our first cap of the game, and I see that the boys at Impulsive Red want to end this year. They want him on the floor, Cripsy, with the "we didn't die." What? I don't know how he stayed alive there, but fair play to him. That's the point captured. Now the boys, there's already Wrecking and KG on the move to the A side, but they get gunned down. And now they've just got to work some kills. They've got the lives aren't in anyone's favor here, and I think this is where Bronson might want to, Wrecking might want to invest his streaks here, because this could be an opening for your team. And
I think this is what he's been waiting
with a big kill, and this is where I think this is where the streaks got to go. You can put the streak down, your team can push the hill. It's just does he know he has streaks? Do they know they can use streaks? I'm not even sure, because
there we go. We see it. We see him. He's now putting it into place. And he's just waiting for his teammate. KG don't need the
kicks. That's 4 down! They want to jump this point now!
They can.
But there, Leechy's on that spawn kills.
The streaks,
but then turned.
Oh, perfect. There it goes.
Says the counter.
Tiller got the counter right now, but Tiller does get taken up by Leechy, and Leechy is still holding that point with these teammates. That is one tick almost secured on the side there, and it looks like on the right is Adrian, who's going to be going through. He does spot. Adrian, no! What are you doing, Adrian? Oh no, and Legit is just holding off this break, waiting for his teammates to make something happen, because it looks like Royal Esports need to make that push through. 2 ticks are already on that point, 1 on top of green, and needs to be secured right there. Adrian is looking at top green, and that's going to be Cripsy gunned down. That is 2 players on the side of Royal Esports into that bomb. That trophy has been destroyed, thankfully. He knows, and now Mr. Leechy is by himself on that top green. What can he do against a Brick who's going to be Wrecking, who does win that gunfight, but can he get the second? No, he's not going to, but Cripsy can trade him out, and Cripsy does so right now. Cripsy's entering the spawn. No, it's going to be KG who does take him out, but Tilla does get the trade right now. It's 21.2 seconds. He's trying to hold it into place until it does gun him down, but this flag is getting contested. So much gunfights are happening on the map, but it looks like there are two members of Impulsive Red holding this point, but it's still contested. And right now, Wrecking one more in the point. That's going to be on Legits holding off that point in enough time, and it looks like 15 seconds left. Royal Esports is going to take this turn next round.
They need to take their time here. They have one push, and Cage is just flying. They need to make sure that they hit this together because they have numbers. They've just got to play together and they win this gunfight. It's one man on the hill. There and there's it.
Yeah. Ooh.
They definitely Impulsive said they are not losing this next round. This is just I have no words. I have no words.
That's certainly a surprise to me. Cripsy staying alive for that long, and actual not one, it's just one flag we wanted, and they gave us that and more, Keegan. Almost a second capture right there, but that is unfortunate on Royal Esports side. Now we are going on to that HP, and I believe that HP will be played on... Which point is that, I believe? It's going to be on Moscow HP. That'll be interesting to see, Keegan. Let me just take a couple of seconds to make the teams on the right side, because that was...
CC, you said keep them red, but they were red for my side. I don't think they're red for your side.
Yeah. Okay, now it should be much better. Moscow is the next map. That's gonna be fun to see. Of course, Royal Esports still need to make a comeback. Can they make a comeback in this HP? Moscow HP. You're gonna make sure that once you get that P1, you guys gotta get those rotations for P2 already. So one player definitely needs to make their move towards street side or on the left of the point, of pushing off from outer and going towards the side, and try and capture that window for P2. You win that, you win the spawns for P2, but then the rotation from P3 can also be a point. But Moscow is certainly a map where it can be flipped over very easily. We're gonna have to see how Royal Esports and Impulsive battle it out.
Yeah, it's very rotation based, and if either team can get those rotations on lockdown and work that to their benefit, it will be really beneficial for the team holding those spawns to get those points. But like again, like we say that, but there was the checkmate map that we saw them play, and the Impulsive Red side just seemed very confident in their ability to break the hills. So I'm curious to see how they play this. There are definitely certain hills that you need to make sure you prioritize, because whether or not you break them doesn't matter, because just the hold you can have on those hills are just so strong that breaks just seem impossible. However, I'm very excited to see which team will take this. I do favor the boys over at Royal to take this map, but I'm very excited to see if Impulsive can give us a shock upset.
Yeah, certainly so, and I'm just doing one quick change again to make sure that's there. And now that should be right into play. Impulsive Red on the right and Royal Esports on the left as we get going. Starting it off on the side of Royal Esports, spawning in on good side for P1. Now making it play, that is two members on the point and one on window who's going to be that's number 4 himself, as Lychee does take the blood and Cruelty delivers the second. That is 3 players down on the side of Impulsive Red. It's going to be the side of number 6, who I believe is Wrecking, who unfortunately gets denied that rotation for P2 ready. You notice, Keegan, like you said, once and again, this map is rotation based and the feed is purple currently, as 2 members on the side of Impulsive Red, Lychee and Wrecking, take out Adrian and the likes of Cruelty, but Attila does deliver that stop on the point. But it looks like on the side of Globe mid will be the push of Impulsive Red going in for that next P2 flag, but it looks like KG and Wrecking are still in mid. Unfortunately, Wrecking getting taken out, but KG want to push in right now and try and contest some of that time, but he doesn't notice Tiller is straight ahead. He does dive away from that, but one player is on that S case. Will he challenge him? No, they are more focused on P2, allowing Tiller to play his time on P1, and that's allowing 3 members on the side of Royal Esports to enter that point. But remember, one person that gets that window will be super helpful right there, and that's going to be the likes of Mr. Cruelty, who's actually, Legitsu, who's on top, but unfortunately does get gunned off. But speaking of Cruelty, does take out 2 plays. Can he get the third? No, Adrian will deliver that 2-piece right there. And the feed right now on Royal Esports are trying to make this S&D map 5 come alive, Keegan. Because right now they got their rotations. They are holding in the point. But remember, that P3 rotation needs to be in play because Impulsive Red right now just got 1 point. They need to break this. They need to get some of that contestant time into play right now. And it looks like Legits is trying to hold his side in the best there. But there is one more player. And that is a number, I believe, 7, who's trying to leave that position actually and go to P3 right now, who Impulsive Red have won those rotations into place. He does spot out one Legits, but does he spot out the second one in enough time? And no, Adrian does gun him down.
Yeah, I'm just happy that Royal managed to pick up those guys hitting that BS and D rotation, and now that Impulsive have managed to protect these spawns, but not for very long, as Royal just come charging right through, handing them some of their own firepower, and just instantly reclaim those P3 spawns. This scoreline is getting very dangerous for the boys over at Impulsive Red, because it just seems a bit ludicrous right now. It's about to be 100-3. We're gonna make sure they don't get 3 clubbed here. Well, this is gonna be quite an upset from the boys over at the Royal, because I know they were good at this map, and like I said, I'm glad that they're trying to focus these rotations. But I said before the map, I favored Royal to take this map. I just didn't expect them to do the type of work they are delivering right now.
Yeah, certainly so. And yeah, I did say S&D for an HP. Good score. Thank you for actually pointing it out, because I actually just read up what I meant to say. But Legits, what is happening on the side of Impulsive Red? They have actually scored a tiny bit amounts of time, but they're not ready for that new point on P4. And right now, it looks like the power of a gunfight right now is just not going on the side of Impulsive Red. They need to hold themselves into play, because their highest is 2 seconds in that hail. Of course, Crispy following with that 4 seconds. Sorry about that. But they need something to come into play, and they don't know. Adrian's behind them, and Wrecking just manages to avoid that, throwing that trophy, but more players will be spawning from behind. But it looks like Tilla is still alive, managed to get that 2-piece. You cannot let that happen on Impulsive Red's part. You can't give this HP up so easily to go towards that map 5, because right now, Royal Esports are coming into play. They want their revenge from that S&D. They seem like they are hungry for these rotations, and of course, you can clearly see their setups on this map right now is just about to kill for that point. But speaking of kill, it's gonna be Wrecking, who having issues kill off Tilla, but now switches off to Muddy Pistol. Interesting sight on that pistol, Tilla, as we see through. It's
it's a matter of the boys over at Impulsive Red just need to start winning some gunfights. You know, get those confidence, get the confidence back in them, and hopefully they do that soon, because I'm happy they managed to hold that few seconds off of P4, but again, the feed is just all purple, and Royal have just taken it to them again. Gunfight after gunfight, they are making sure they are stacked together, they are winning those rotations, and even though they gave up that points on that P4, they're on this P1, they have got this P2 set up. However, there's a split spawn right there. People are spawning out on P4, and number 7, KG, has managed to get all the way into spawns, and it's a good thing that they've Wrecking just going holding, making sure he holds this time for his team. Hopefully, I think there's a spawn out gonna happen here, Zach, and yes, there is. Wrecking and Cripsy manages to spawn all the way out on P3, and it's just a 2v4 right now, and they go down, and the hill is again back in control of Royal, and we need to make sure that these guys at Impulsive Red get some kills to push this hill. And Wrecking is trying. He's made Adrian Tiller very weak. That's a big 2-piece from Cripsy. It's just Legit left on the hill. It's a big trade from Leechy, and the issue is that the boys over at Royal have managed to spawn up fast enough for Tiller and Adrian to be there to contest this hill. But now there's a pinch, and I don't think anyone's aware. And it's just a second too late. KG's got to work a wonder on this hill, and he just cannot. He's outnumbered, outgunned, and it's again 25 seconds. They've got to focus these rotations. they've got to hold these rotations. Their biggest issue is that they've done the rotation, they've done the hard work, but they can't manage to get into those setups to make sure they don't die. And they got to make sure that these communication between each other is clear, because I think there's just they might be flustered. There's too much happening. They don't seem to be playing the way they did in that checkmate, and I just think it's the firepower coming straight out of Royal Esports that has shaken them, and they are struggling to find their feet in the series. And again, they made the rotation, and there's the kills, but back to Royal getting those trades. If these two on the hill, Cruelty and Adrian, can get this next kill, their teammates are coming to support them, but there's Cripsy making the play, initiating the gunfights, getting those numbers down, putting them in the advantage, but they're still with the fight back. He's trying to make sure he can contest this, hold some time even. He just wants to give his teammates enough time to get back into the fight, and big trades from Bronson, but he's still somebody on him. He's got to make sure he tries to get this gunfight. Can he stay alive? Tiller gets the kill, and again, the boys over at Royal are just forcing their way through and making sure they don't give up any second. Tiller going absolutely crazy on that P3, and now again it's back to P4. Legit with a big 1v1 on bus, and there's now Cruelty and Golden. Can he win this gunfight? Yes, he does. And again, Tiller with his own gunfights. However, they're a bit split here. The boys over at Impulsive are still spawning in. It's just a matter of, can Cruelty get these few kills? And he just turns his back to KG. But again, they're still... Royal Esports are in goal. They are the gold, and they are waiting for the opportunity to jump out. But then again, the boys of Impulsive just shut them down, and they're finding some life. But I think it's just a little bit too late.
Yeah, certainly so. It looks like this map is certainly going on the favor of Royal Esports. They need to understand that they need to work together to push a hill. They are allowing themselves to get one player to push in and just think that they can rely on KG and Crispy for getting these two pieces, or Bronson getting the AR on the side of Tiller, and Legit's getting gunned down every time so Lychee can make a way through. But it looks like it isn't going on their side right now, and they cannot give up some of this time. It looks like they're going on towards that next hill. Bit of a comeback hopefully if they can, but I don't necessarily see it happen, as Legits does pick up that nasty 2-piece, but KG is already on that P1. He's about to get that 2-piece right there. Well done in enough time. Now the spawns have flipped through. KG, you need to watch yourself right now, as Tiller does get naded towards, it does get that kill off. Crispy knows that there's one more there. That is Adrian, but it looks like the likes of two players coming in from Eskies. That's going to be Legits following after, and there's KG coming in from Golden, but does get taken out, and Cruelty, you might want to extend a little bit towards the back there, but it looks like Crispy is the only one in the back, and that's going to a map 5 right now, ladies and gentlemen. First match of the day one opening of the Atlantic League, Atlantic Esports League, is gonna be a map 5, Keegan.
I mean, like I said, my money was on the cards for Royal Esports to just pick it up, and from what I could see, they just took the boys over at Impulsive to the cleaners. They just powered through every setup that Impulsive Red had and gave them not a second to breathe. They just managed to contest everything, win everything, and then get a strong number of hills to their name, and it just put the boys over at Impulsive Red at such a disadvantage that they could not find their feet.
Yeah, certainly so, and I mean, come on, like, it's such a complete turnover from that control, and now we're going on towards, I believe, that S&D, and that's going to be on Checkmate, S&D, and that's going to be on map 5. Whoever takes this wins the series, and of course that they will progress higher towards this league, and I'm sure that we will eventually get some league standings into play, and I believe they are ready on their side, Keeks. As we
I'm just fiddling with a few settings to make sure.
Of course,
that
both players need to make sure that they're spotting in at 30 seconds pre-game. Some players on PC, some players on PlayStations, one player on Xbox.
Cool.
But yeah, get ready. Map 5, baby. Let's get some predictions in chat. Anybody in there on chat, can you guys give us a prediction? What's gonna happen? Exact score. What do you think, Keegan?
I don't even want to call this, Zach. It's just too close to call. I do think that with this HP having gone in the way of Royal, I feel that they are going to find some confidence again, especially in that player Adrian, because you know how he suffered in the first S&D, and managing to get some kills and some momentum back in that Moscow map. I think this might be a lot more of exciting contest in terms of it being maybe even around 11, but I just from the dominance that Impulsive Red has shown us, I'm gonna give it to Impulsive Red, and I'm gonna say 6-5. I'm gonna go the distance, dude.
Yeah, I would certainly say so, but like, of course, it's such a surprise to me that Impulsive Red certainly know how to handle Raid, and I'm sure that they can handle off a map like this, but as we saw through on the side of Checkmate before in their HP, it was definitely on a Royal Esports side, but then again, Impulsive Red on the single live, they certainly know how to play it pretty well compared to Royalty. And of course, right now, as we see Tilla in playing himself, he's going to be issued. In front of him is Leech. He's throwing in some shot fires, and Wrecking does win that wall bang right there. And now Tilla pushes through, but unfortunately just gets one while Wrecking follows after. But Royal Esports have left KG in a 1v2 already. That map, they started it off so quick with engagements. Unfortunately, KG is now being pushed into front, and he does win that gunfight on Legits and manages to dip away. But he needs to know that the bomb is right there. But it looks like the side of Cruelty, who's going to be coming in from bottom of NASA, going towards the back staircase. He's going to have to enter that plane, but KG necessarily doesn't have that bomb, so he's going to have to see the likes of Cruelty, and Cruelty doesn't exactly get the bomb just yet, but it looks like, no, he's not going to get it.
He's got the ice, Zach. This man, yeah. KG, has done wonders tonight. He and Cripsy, but the all-around through each map, KG has just turned his dial to 11 and has put it on show tonight.
Certainly so. And I mean, what a fantastic start off how it goes through in this game 5, because it's really such a quick
for the first round,
players,
dude,
yeah.
like, yo.
These two players, these two teams love aggression. They don't mind the defense or the attacking sides, regardless of that. As we see KG right now with the bomb, he is going to go in and get double naded. He does get weakened right now, but maybe one of the players a little bit hungry for that kill. Might shoot through previews. Cripsy just trying to make sure he doesn't get shot through that wall right now. It looks like Wrecking on the side there has entered the back, but no, he disappears. But has one player spotted that, and that could have been Legits or Adrian, who has just been spotted, but now he jumps onto the left wing. He does mess that up for himself. He needs to get out of there right now. He did make his way through on towards A Street, and I'm pretty sure Legits knows that A Street is going to be secure there, so he will hold his yellow position. But Wrecking has come back for more, and he's going to be watching over Tube. But Legits, just a tiny bit. You need to extend it just a little bit, and you can get him. Cruelty now makes the move. It looks like Leechy will fall off with the first second blood right
it's a
there.
big win from Tilla.
Tilla picking up that kill on KG right now in a teabag. It's following after as we see Cruelty now making a move through. No, Cruelty trying to avoid that gunfight right now. It's a 2v2. Obviously, he needs to make that move on Leechy, who's going to get the bomb plant on a B. And now Wrecking holding off the point. Leechy spots off one. He doesn't get any of them, but he knows one player is weakened. He does see one going up ladder, but it's not going to be enough, and that's allowing Wrecking to get that one. But can he watch over his left side wing on the point?
So good. This is a veteran S&D player, and he puts his veterancy on show. He wins the 1v2. He makes sure that he gets the bomb down. He gets his teammates straight, and he just plays it so smart, trying not to die here. I thought he was gonna get shaded out. I saw Tilla coming for the shade, and it was just the perfect play. I was skeptical of him getting caught mid gun swap, but he went to the gun he knows best, and he put his creek to work.
Yeah, certainly so, and maybe a little bit of a more communication side on Royal Esports for trying to push in at that same time. That could have really helped them out in that point, actually getting a point right now, because right now on the side of Impulsive Red holding it up 2-0 currently in this S&D, and it looks like Tilla is entering in that plane, but he will get shot through the wall. He needs to avoid that gunfire by all costs, man. You are the teammate, and you love that. That's snaking there against nothing, of course. It looks like Legits has heard that trophy going to play, but it looks like they're switching over towards that A side. Adrian still yet to get a kill. He's holding off the right side, just making sure everything is secured, but one player has been spotted, and I believe Wrecking has spotted out Tilla and the likes of Cruelty, and Tilla is, Leechy, is holding off him side by bottom yellow, but one player is underneath that plane, and Wrecking has managed to avoid that gunfight, and his teammate has saved him right there. That's going to be Crispy, who does take that first blood finally on the side of Royal Esports, down 3-4 against Impulsive. They have to get this bomb down, and that's Tilla at the bottom of the plane. you have literally nowhere to go. You need to get into that plane. That's going to be Wrecking who's going to get in that gunfight, and Crispy will follow after. It's going to be Cruelty trying to look for Lychee for that final kill. It's left in a 1v2. Sorry, that is Tilla who's about to be making that push through, and now Lychee coming in from the back right now. Can he get some great COD timing? And he does spot out a leg. He spotted out a leg 100%. Let's see if he can. Oh, that shot. The shot did not work on that side there, and he's going to be pushing towards the side.
It's a big round out of the boys at Royal. They needed to see that one out. But again, it just seems that, I mean, I hoped he'd have a better S&D, and it's still very early on, but Adrian needs to really come to the party. It's just he's already 0-3, and it's not boding well for him this early on in the S&D.
Yeah, certainly so, and he did start off a bit slow as well on that raid, so let's hope that he can actually catch up right now. We don't want him to get in the agency. Yeah, we don't want it. We don't want it to start off in the agency, and that one kill was on that round game point. Oh, sorry, the second game point for them on the side of Impulsive Red. But right now, Adrian weak as hell right now as he makes his move towards the back of the spawn, just coming back to challenge. But it looks like Nietzsche will take him out. This is bad timing. And the side of Tilla, who has unfortunately gotten one kill but gets traded out by Wrecking on the side of Impulsive Red, and Legit's by himself in the back there. We just get
one of the fastest rounds you'll ever see.
Yeah, certainly so. It's unfortunate for Adrian for challenging that same position, knowing that some players on the side of Impulsive Red haven't exactly know his position, and Lychee right now managing to spot out Legits at just the right time in this game.
You don't mess with this guy when he has an AR in his hands. He just doesn't seem to miss.
Yeah, he's only so far on the side of Royal Esports. They gotta hold themselves pretty well, man. Even in the defense side, it seems like they're just letting players come in from the back there. Crispy and KG so slippery players, and it looks like Lychee has spotted off one, and that's going to be Adrian, but Tilla does pick up the first blood. That is Crispy down right now, but it looks like underneath is the likes of KG, who has been spotted out by one of the players, it looks like, but unfortunately he hasn't actually. Maybe one of the players were confused because they allowed KG to go towards the back, but no need. Lychee does take out Cruelty, and now lost to life is KG left in this 1v2, unfortunately, as Tilla does take out Lychee.
If there's anyone you want in a situation, Zach, it's gonna be KG. He's clutched up numerous 1v2s. Just like, again, it's just unfortunate, but Adrian's just really, really slow to start up right now, and it's just showing. Let's see what KG can pull out. I will be shocked if he manages to do this. This is the duo. This is the OG veteran duo in the scene. If they get 1v2'd, someone's gonna put them on Twitter. It's just gonna go wild.
Oh no, and shots have been gone off, but thankfully Legits came in faster this time.
Nice, slow, calm and played from the boys over at Royal, and just to see out the round. It's unfortunate gunfights happened. They knew that the people that were in previous gunfights were weak. They just reach-out, easy kills, and taking initiative. I mean, Zach, at this point, I would just, if I was the boys at Royal, I would just say, Adrian, just go be bait. Like, it's the only thing to just make things easier for themselves right now. He just seems to be having a tough time on the AR from what we can see.
Yeah, certainly so, and hopefully he can switch over maybe to, he's going to be continuing holding off that side, and I'm pretty sure on the side of Impulsive Red, they know that one player is there, and that's going to be Wrecking, who's going to be trying to challenge Adrian for that spot, but Adrian just needs to hold it in. He has spotted possibly one player, and that's KG, who has taken off that first blood right now, and just dips away in enough time. Beautiful timing with that trophy there, but Cruelty is just holding off that spawn. He's just trying to see if anybody is on that bomb, and that's Cruelty just avoiding that gunfight, but he does win it right there, and Cripsy does get denied that move towards the back, and Adrian has finally gotten off that kill. It's going to be left on Lychee in a 1v3 right now, as Lychee just gets taken off by Cruelty in mid. That was nice plays from Royal Esports this time. They position themselves, they know what's happening. I think they've slowly caught up to what Impulsive Red is trying to do to them.
Big plays from Cruelty over here. He even knew where the last guy was going to be, instantly snapped on him there. Look at that fine angle. He manages to just open up the game with that instant two-piece, you know. He killed the bomb carrier. It just made their lives a lot easier. Now it's 3-3, Zach. So we got to see which team has more composure here and who can do more. I think that if Tiller and Cruelty can keep going at the pace that they are, no matter what happens on the agent side of things, they can still turn this S&D around. They just got to make sure, oh, the agent's going in the plane with Tiller this time.
Yeah, suddenly, as you can see,
And that's
Adrian does take
gets the
that
first
first
blood.
blood.
It's pushing it.
Ooh,
Oh, it's a
and
big
Tiller
2
following
kills
after.
from big 2 kills, and now it's opened up for them. KG snaking the bomb. He gets 1, almost gets 2, and bomb goes down now. It's a 1v3 for Wrecking. Can Bronson the Don Shaw close it out? Can he make this happen?
Oh, he's super tagged in the back there, but Adrian, I like the way Adrian was playing this time. Very fast from Royal Esports, and now Wrecking definitely knows the one plays on that right there, and it's not going to be
And
enough.
again,
Royal leading 4-3.
first time we've seen him take charge in an S&D and lead in the round count. And I mean, I know I said 6-5 to Impulsive, but from what we are seeing now, it's this dominance that we saw in Moscow, where Royal are just taking it to them and making sure that they win everything and make sure that they get the site control, get that bomb down, and just close out any remaining enemies.
Definitely so, and I mean, on the side of Royal, they have definitely pulled up today. They don't want that S&D. They don't want to remind themselves of that raid S&D, how easily they got played on the side of Impulsive Red. If Impulsive Red can actually counter this right now, it'll be nice to see, because KG is still going off that route on the top this time, trying to squeeze in that nade, but it looks like Crispy does take the first blood, but Cruelty does trade it out on Wrecking, but KG still holding off the point, as we can see on the side of number 2. That is Legis just watching that A Street, and now KG has been stunned, but looks like Adrian is not confused away exactly is, but Adrian does win it in enough time. That is a 3rd kill on his point, and it looks like he's just going to be holding that time with Cruelty. They have set up pretty nice. Leechy coming in from the right side. He does lose that gunfight, and now it's by Crispy himself. Come on, Crispy.
Yeah, there's not much he can do. It's another 1v3 situation. And Cruelty closes it out yet again. Seems Cruelty is the main man to close out these rounds when it comes to a 1v3. But it's 5-3 to the boys over at Royal Esports, and we want to see if these guys can close it out, or if there's a little bit of fight left inside of Impulsive Red, and can they bring this back?
I certainly think Impulsive Red can do it. The way they play that raid, if they can still hold off that point, like how they were watching everyone's back, checking over the spots, the blind spots, making sure that no ARs are slipping through. If KG and Crispy can make those slides and get those first bloods and dip away in enough time to allow Wrecking and Leechy to guard them positions, they can get into play right now, and we can see Reki now entering into that tube. It's probably going to be Adrian in mid right now, but Leechy has delivered the first set of bullets on it, but it looks like Cruelty who will deliver some streaks onto point as Tiller takes the first blood with that shot punch. Unfortunately, those streaks were not enough for Cruelty to hold off the base, but it looks like Crispy is still in that plane right now. It looks like Wrecking has been spotted out on Cruelty's side, and Cruelty does take off that 2nd kill, and it's Leechy by himself right now, and he does get taken off by Cruelty towards the side, and Crispy coming in for the back kill, and he does spot off 1. This is game point right now. Come on, let's see what they can do in the point, and Crispy does win it. Crispy left in a 2v1. Unfortunately, bomb is planted on A. He's going to be taking his time. He picked up that AR. Let's see what he can do against that, but Cruelty may have spotted him going towards tube right now. This is game point for Royal Esports. If they win this, they win the series right now, but can Crispy take us into the spot? And unfortunately, he will not, as Royal Esports do take it 6-3 and win the series 3-2. GG's to both teams. GG's to both teams. Unfortunately, Crispy trying his best. He does kill those 2 members. 2 more left, but not that much against Royal Esports, who have come back in their S&D compared to that raid S&D.
It started the way we pretty much expected, and then everyone says, you get to that whoever gets to 3 first, the 3-round mark, whether or not you can see it out and keep the momentum, it just depends, because normally that number 3 means that the enemy team is going to just turn up, and it's exactly what Royal did. They turned up, they didn't lose a round, they played with purpose, they played with intent, they knew what they wanted to do, they got the bomb down, they got the kills, they didn't play so sluggish, and the main game changer right there was Adrian. He managed to get some kills, he gave up his initial angles, he realized he wasn't getting those gunfights won on those the distance gunfights, and he realized I need to play with my team more. It's what he did, and he managed to just close out that round with his team, play with Tiller in the plane especially, and it was just that simple for them once they started playing together. And you got to give a round of applause to the guys over at Royal. They managed to again another map five. I've seen them get into two map fives in this week, and they managed. Map five is their money, you know. That's all they need to make sure they get a win, you know.
Yeah, definitely, and well done once again for these two teams tonight. Thank you so much for Atlantic Esports ZA for allowing Keegs and myself to cast. You guys can check us out. We'll talk to you a bit later, but as ladies and gentlemen, we would like to do a memory tribute played by on the stream right now. A presentation will be playing in honor of Keenan Opperman, Biggilinz. And we thank you very much for coming in tonight for this evening. If you guys can stay behind and watch this for a little bit, and we will end off the stream. Just make sure you guys want to check us a little bit later on. We are followed on Twitch, on Twitter. You can check me out at Astra Blackzack and Keegs at KeegsGTR. Thank you very much for staying with us tonight. Have a good evening, and we shall play this presentation, and it'll end off here.